Hello everyone, this is Lone Star Lawman again with one of my informal video reviews on firearms. Today we're going to look at the Ruger Vaquero. Now this is not the current Ruger Vaquero that they have in stores and are producing right now. This gun was first produced in 1993. This is a first generation Ruger Vaquero in .45 Colt. Now the first generation Vaqueros were a little different in that they were not exact Colt clones. Many guns are made, like say from Italy, that are exact copies of the Colt revolvers. But in 1993, Ruger came out with its own version of the Peacemaker, the old Peacemaker, only this one was a little bit different. First of all, the cylinder in the frame are larger. They're larger than what you would have on a Colt because they wouldn't fit in Colt holsters made for Colt, so you couldn't use their holsters. Also, or use holsters that fit Colt, I should say. This particular one has, as you can see, maybe you can barely see it because it's kind of an old gun. It had a case hardened frame. So you can see this side. And a case hardened frame. And the new Vaqueros nowadays, and for many years now, they either come in stainless or they come in blue, just straight blue. But the hammers are also different on today's than this old 1994. This is when I got it in 1994. I gave this to my son, so that's who I'm borrowing it from. And the difference between the two guns I'll show you as far as the Colt Peacemaker type and this new modern type action. I'll bring out my Cimarron Arms Pailletta that is the exact dimensions of a Colt. This one, of course, has a 7.5 inch barrel, and this one just has the 4 3/4 inch barrel. The action from these two are totally different. The 1873 style action has a half cock that you have to go to actually load the gun. So once you get the half cock, I'm sorry, there we go. That's how you load it, by half cock. All right, let me put this down. Okay, now with the Ruger, it doesn't have the 4 clicks, right? You just open the gate and you can start loading. You don't have to pull the hammer back or anything because the action is one single click and then it'll lock. You can't even open the cylinder when it's cocked. That's the safety, obviously. But when the gate's open, of course, you can load it like you do through here. It has the same kind of operating tools, the plunger here to help you eject rounds when you press this down. And there we go. See how it presses down, and then you can see on the other side there's the plunger right there. Okay. It's a nice slick action. These guns are very slick, very good, well made. Ruger makes really good handguns. And in 1994, when I got this, I got something for it. Let me go back to the Pailletta again. I don't think I did that quite right the first time. See if I can get, there we go. See, you have to put it at half cock with the Colt, or the Pailletta Colt clone. Okay? And then to bring it back to normal, you have to pull it back and slowly lower the hammer. Notice that this hammer has the old style Colt firing pin on the hammer, And one thing I should point out to you particularly, and all the Rugers have this now, and they still do, back then they had the transfer bar. See the transfer bar down there? It comes up, and then when you fire, the transfer bar comes up and hits the firing pin, and then it goes, the transfer bar goes back down as you reset. Okay, let's get rid of the Pailletta for right now, the Cimarron Arms Pailletta, and let's take a look at the rig I bought with it way back in 1994. Oh, if I can even remember who I bought it from. Let's see. Galco. Yes, I bought this from Galco. Let me get this out of the way. Let me get the gun out of the way for just a second so I can show you the rig and open it up a little bit. I believe this is called the Trail Boss. And I'll show you the nice cartridge loops. It's made of 2-inch wide leather, and it's still in great shape even after 30 years. See the nice cartridge loops on here? It's got the, of course, it's got the cartridges in it. It looks really cool when you're wearing it. I'll take the time here to show you how it looks in the holster. Okay. And look, it's good. The old Trail Boss, it's called. Like I said, this cylinder and frame are bigger than the Colt, so a Colt would be loose. Let's try that. Let's see how the Colt clone looks in this. I haven't done this on off camera, so I'm going to see how easy it goes in there. Still will fit, looks like, but it's really loose as a goose. But you see the Ruger just goes in there nice and snug. Of course, on these holsters, these are your tie downs. Right here, this little tie down goes over the loop of the. I probably won't even do it very well on camera here. Probably gotta shove it in there a little more. See how much this gets used. Alright, I don't know how to do it. But what it does is, there's a little hole here. See this little hole here? And it just loops on there and holds it down, no problem. Okay. And it is in the style of the 1880s holsters. Because look, it has these two bands. That's how they really wore them. You watch all these cowboy TV movies and what have you, and they have these real lowered Durango, I think they call it, holsters that go way down, halfway down your thigh. But real cowboys back in the 1880s wore it just like the way this is set up. Okay. All right. Get that out. Get the rig out of the way. Okay. Now, the Ruger here has a muzzle velocity with 45 Colt to be about 850 feet per second. You know, typical Colt. I'm not going to disassemble it, but the way you would disassemble this is you just push this button, pull this rod completely out. If you can see that. Yeah, pull this out. That goes all the way to here. Cock it in, or I don't think you'll have to cock it on the Ruger, but you would open up the gate and it would come loose, and it comes out after you remove that rod for cleaning. Revolvers are very hard to clean. It's not hard, but there's a lot of extra things you got to do, like up in here where this forcing cone is, right in that crevice right between the forcing cone and the top of the frame. It's really hard to clean. You'll notice, don't worry, this thing is completely empty. I'm going to point at the camera a little bit to show you the facing of the cylinder here is real. On stainless guns, you'll get those black circles from the blast of the rounds, and the only way to take that off was with special rubbing components. I think it's a sponge, or it might be even a special lubricant, or not lubricant, but solvent to get it off. But it's not easy. But I don't worry about that too much. I never have on a blue gun. Just seems like not worth the trouble, to be honest with you. It's got the standard walnut grips here, Ruger symbol. Like I said, you won't see these anywhere except on probably Gun Broker, because these have the case hardened frames, and that's what really made them stick out. And I really like the hammer on here because it's the nice shorter hammer. The ones you see on that are being sold today are just like way wavy and dippy and everything. I think it looks terrible. Okay. Oh, one thing you will like, this trigger right here. Unlike your conventional 1873 Colt clones, this is a nice wide trigger. And the trigger pull is, I can safely do this because it has this transfer bar. You wouldn't want to do this with a Colt or a Colt clone because that wears out that could possibly break the firing pin on the hammer because of the hard action. But with this, it wouldn't want hard. You know, trigger pull, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. All right. Can't more to tell you other than that I got both these. This one is probably, make sure I can see it on camera. This one is only about 10 years old. 10, maybe 15, I can't remember how long. So it looks pretty good with its case hardened frame. I've done a video on this one, so if y'all want to watch that, go check out my videos. This one is 30 years old, so it doesn't look quite as nice or whatever. But if you want to get one of these first generation Rugers made in 1993, 1994 era, you'll probably have to go to Gun Broker or Guns America or something like that. Or who knows, you might go to your local gun store and ask to see the used gun section and ask specifically for the Ruger first generation 93, 94 45 Colt revolvers. They did come in 357 at the time also. I think that was the only two calibers, and I could be wrong. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that I've been gone away for a while. I had a lot of personal business to take care of. But I'm back now, and I'm able to do this video for you, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. So this is Lone Star Lawman signing off from Texas, and have a great day. Bye-bye.